Now, the scourge of terrorism is a grave challenge to the national security. What solutions, yes, what solutions do you suggest to curb this growing menace? What are the major sources of terrorist funding? Sources of terrorist funding. Okay, now the scourge of tourism is a grave challenge to national security. What solutions do you suggest to curb this growing menace? What are the major sources of terrorist funding? So, problem of terrorism is a grave challenge. Yes, it's a challenge to national security. What are the solutions? Yes, and finally the sources of funding. Now, when we talk about terrorism, yes, when we talk about disturbance, so certain areas in the country are prone to extremism and terrorism. So, we are talking about India, yes. So, certain areas. So, you can name those areas. Which are those? Now, so what are the reasons why these areas are prone to what? Extremism or terrorism? That can be certain historical factors. We have done this in the class. It can be lack of inclusive governance or the feeling of alienation. It can be discrimination by mainstream. So, mainstream people discriminating, for example, against the people of maybe Northeast or Kashmir. Yes. Displacement from maybe forest lands or maybe extraction of mineral resources. So, these are the problems that are faced that have created what disturbance in what Naxal prone areas or Naxalism. Or actual or perceived violation of political, economic, social and environmental rights, whether these are perceived violations or maybe the actual violations. So, all these become various factors. Yes. Now, or with the tussle, yes, tussle between cultural supremacy. So, means imposing cultural supremacy on others, and the other side is now trying to what? Maintain its what? Distinctiveness or distinctions. So, here again the supremacy for what? Cultural. So, these can become various reasons for creating what? Maybe rebellion, or maybe what? Rebellion may be a slow start, pick up the pace, which can be violent, which can be linked to terrorism, supported by maybe what? Outside countries also. Yes. So, it gradually grows up, but the factors are these. So, the impact, yes. So, it creates what? State of flux. So, how it is going to what? Become a problem for the country, a scourge for the country. So, we have to talk about how it impacts negatively. So, it creates a state of flux, impedes flow of governance. So, the disturbed areas, there is a constant disturbance. Yes. So, it creates a state of flux and impedes flow of governance. Negatively impacts socio-economic development of the country. Country becomes more prone to threats and insecurity. There is more chaos, there can be more violence, there can be more attacks. Foreign interference increases, sustains alienation, and this all these sustains alienation and weakens the nation. Yes. So, hence it has become scourge, yes, or means a big problem for the country's security, because all these keeps on what gaining what speed, yes, rather than getting a solution. So, what is the solution? Yes, solution we have talked about. It should be a proper balance between what? Human intelligence and technical intelligence. So, it requires what? A balanced approach. So, balance of human and technical intelligence. So, first, human intelligence is reflected by, yes, we have to deal with the problem head on. Yes, so we require very committed or maybe open political will, yes, to deal with the situation. So, first requirement is right political will. Right political will starts with what? Acceptance of problem, not denial of problem. So, acceptance of problem is the first thing. Now, moving beyond jingoism, yes. So, we have to move beyond just our vote banks, yes, by creating what? Jingoistic feeling, yes. Okay. So, we have to think more rationally in creating what? Right solutions. So, hence instead of jingoism, it should be based on what? Negotiation or hard facts. So, first form of human intelligence is creating right political will, acceptance of the problem, not just about covering the way forward in the garb of jingoism, yes, just to address the voter base, yes, but ultimately discussing on the basis of what? Real issues or the real facts. There should be a series of CBMs, confidence building measures. Track to diplomacy with neighbors so that they are engaged, yes, they are in regular talks. And ensuring better governance for the people in the disturbed areas, yes, ensuring better governance for the people in disturbed areas. So now, first thing that is required is human intelligence in the form of what? Intervention by the governance system, intervention by the governance system. Now this to be followed by, simultaneously followed by, human intelligence to be followed by, simultaneously followed by technical intelligence. They have to work together. So role of technology. So we have to secure border management, so that while we are dealing with the issue, in a more what? Open manner. So the advantage should not be taken by anti-social elements in creating again disturbance. So there has to be proper what? Secure border management by using technology. Use of drones for more surveillance and reconnaissance. Yes. So we are not lowering our guards, but we are actually increasing our guard by using more technology. But on the other side, showing our human face of interaction and coming to a solution. So human face of interaction, coming to a solution, and maintaining a guard of security by using technology. So check on terror funding. Now what are the sources of terror funding? Mentioned here only. So sources of terror funding are money laundering, can be checked by user technology, tax evasion, can be checked by smuggling, illicit arms trade, human trafficking, narcotics, and cryptocurrency. These are the various ways of what? Funding terrorist activities. Funding terrorist activities. Now CCTV for normal policing activity, yes, for keeping a check in the neighborhoods. So neighborhoods, what is not required is, neighborhoods, the security guards with big guns are not required, because they create intimidation, with the sight of the guns. Hence may not be able to create what? Confidence among the people. So hence the security people should be relocated in what? Maybe strategic locations only, not in neighborhoods. Neighborhoods, yes, definitely the check can be on the basis of what? Maybe CCTVs. Community policing apps should be brought so as to create what? More interaction between the community and the security systems. Okay, so police, the security and the community should be partnering, yes, in sharing the information, collaborating. So for security personnel, police and community connect. And we also talked about the district managers there, the district collectors there. There should be district daily information apps for releasing the information on daily basis for the people to maintain peace, yes, in their respective areas. So now district magistrate office. So social media cell to counter fake information. So what is required? Daily information apps for the people. Daily information apps for the people. So now, so we have talked about certain areas of the country are prone to terrorism. There are various factors involved. It is creating problem for the country. We have talked about the solutions. Yes, we have talked about solution in the basis of balancing what? Human intervention, that is called our what? More humane phase in dealing with the problem, and also using the technology in creating a safeguard. Yes, so a balanced approach is required to deal with the problem of terrorism.